Ooh.
Very upset with himself, yeah.
There's Diaz, whose first ever Premier League game was against Leicester. That was just over 3 years ago. What a journey it's been for him in Liverpool colours since. Van Dijk, Simicas, Diaz. Gets away from Indidio. He's so hard to wrestle away from the ball is Diaz, but he runs eventually into too many of them. Thomas. Straight to McAllister. Leicester, who've had their moments of attack in this first half, but increasingly finding themselves in defensive mode now. Here is Salah trying to get on the end of it, and Thomas just about gets there first.
Yeah, well, I think by now he obviously understands that Salah is a big target and they're going to try and hit him as often as possible, so he's got his work cut out in getting into these positions to deal with it, and that was well played.
Yeah, he's been really tested in this opening 35 minutes at the King Power today, but so far I think Thomas is up to the task. The latest delivery from McAllister. Konate heads it down.
Again, I think one of those situations where he's slightly backpedaling, and when you do that, you can't generate enough force with the header.
2 goals this season for Ibrahima Konate. Scored his first ever Premier League goal in the win at Wolves in September. He also scored in the Champions League this season, the French international defender. Vardy is blocking the back pass here, is he? Konate cleverly playing it a wider angle back to Alisson. Vardy cannot compete for that. He knew he was offside.
You could hear from up where we are, Connor, at the back of the stand, you could hear Connor Cody. He's so vociferous, you know, in his leadership and his communication. Never stops talking.
Strong Merseyside accent in the opposition ranks today in the form of Connor Cody. Still in play for Ricardo Pereira. Helped out by Bobby Di Cordova-Reid. Good spirit and endeavour by Luis Diaz. So much of Liverpool's success this season has come from fine attacking play, but it's grit and defence that has been a huge part of the equation too. I was trying to flick it on into the path of Salah there, and he felt he was fouled in his endeavours to do so. Stuart Atwell does not agree with that assessment. Martini went down in the challenge with Konate there. Pushes play on. This is Diaz. Looking for Gakpo. And Hermansen had to stretch. Cody Gakpo, who will feel he is well due a Premier League goal. Cody looking for Mabadidi. Bradley is well positioned. Cody Gakpo, whose last Premier League goal came when he got 2 against Ipswich. That was back in January. Most goals have come at Anfield this season. Cody going forward to join the attack. He has scored 1 goal this season. It came against Manchester United in the League Cup in October. Al-Khamis never really looked comfortable over it.
Yeah, he was hurried as well by Luis Diaz. But I was just surprised at Conor Cody here. The way he just decided to leave this. I mean, he could have headed it, and I think for a moment his heart was in his mouth when Gakpo got his head to it.
Liverpool play through the Leicester press. Mabadidi tackles Bradley. Wilfred Ndidi. Diaz today, nearly 1 possession again there. Well, it's gone out of play for a throw into Liverpool. They're not hanging about on a slots team. Liverpool would love to take the lead here ahead of half-time.
Well, as you can see, they've rattled up 10 attempts already. For Leicester, it's just a 2. One of them has hit the post from Ndidi, and it kind of signifies how much they've been struggling.
Gakpo! Away by Hermansen.
Yeah, it might have been kind of drifting away from the far post, but he couldn't take a chance on that, Hermansen, to make sure he got something on it just to help it on its way, so Gakpo wouldn't be celebrating.
Statistically, Hermansen has been one of the busiest goalkeepers in the Premier League this season. He's had a lot of shots to save. It's Ndidi up and away. It's an excellent reaction from Wilfred Ndidi to deny Ibrahima Konate.
I mean, they're having problems really in sticking with Konate and Van Dijk. Meets it well, but Ndidi is well positioned.
Leicester hanging on. Bradley. Al-Khamis close to dispossessing Conor Bradley there. The Northern Irishman has done well. This is Cody Gakpo, and it's another attempt on target for Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, Bradley does really well to deal with it, get away from Al-Khamis, and it's a lovely slip ball in. You know, unfortunately, he just kind of went away from him a little bit, Gakpo, and he's trying to wrap his foot around it and get the power behind it, which became a little more difficult.
Supports line, releases Bradley. For Shimikas, there's a lovely weight on that. Salah! Usually they go in.
Perfect ball in. I just wonder whether the Egyptian feels himself whether he chose the wrong option.
Mo Salah, who scored against Leicester the last time they met. There's a smile there that betrays he knows that should have been 1-0 to Liverpool. Leicester hoping to hold on to half-time. How they would love to take the lead themselves, though.
Yeah, continuing to try and expose Bradley and getting Mavididi involved.
Collision here between Konate and Vardy.
Well, Vardy's certainly going to come off worst. If you're going to make contact with him, and he's landed awkwardly because he's gone right over.
They would love to take the lead themselves, though.
Yeah, continuing to try and expose Bradley.
Still battling for every ball, Jamie Vardy. That would have knocked the wind out of him.
And saying to Stuart Atwell, how is that a foul? Have a look at it again.
Today, 500th senior club appearance for Jamie Vardy, and it's all the more remarkable when you consider he didn't actually get to play league football until he was 25. Most of his early years were in the non-league ranks.
I've said it before, Conor. I mean, I remember seeing him at Hague